Howdy! Welcome to Aspire Mountain Academy. I'm Professor Curtis, your instructor for this course, Statistics 101, Introduction to Statistics. No materials are required for this course, but in less than 10 minutes, this video is going to reveal what materials are highly recommended. Let's get started. As I just mentioned, this Aspire Mountain Academy course does not require any materials, but there are a few recommended resources that we need to discuss. The first is the textbook. Content and organization of this AMA course closely follows Elementary Statistics, written by Mario Triola and published by Pearson. We're looking at the 13th edition here. Now, this textbook is not required for this Aspire Mountain Academy course because everything you're going to need to know you can get from our lecture videos. However, some students like having an extra reference that they can refer to. If that describes you and you don't already have a textbook, feel free to purchase a copy. Your best deal is going to be going online and purchasing a used copy. Now, this course is based on the 13th edition. And, this shouldn't concern you, because every few years, Pearson's going to come out with a new edition of their textbook. So if you're looking at, say, a 14th edition or something later, then, the content of the book is going to be exactly the same. All they do is mix stuff up a little bit, change the pictures, change the presentation, but the content is essentially the same. For example, the main difference between the 13th edition that you see here and the previous 12th edition is nothing but a new organization of the material, okay? Like 90+% of the content remains the same. And really, it's not like statistics has changed all that much in recent years. Students sometimes have concerns about a new textbook edition with radically new content, but, come on, it's stats. These textbook providers are publishing new editions because it's a way for them to make lots of money. Okay, they just take previously used content, put it in a new package, and now we can charge you lots of money for the new package. So again, you don't need to have a textbook to learn the content from this course, but if you do want a textbook, this one is very much recommended. Now, registration with Statcrunch is also not required for this AMA course, but is strongly recommended. Many of the statistical calculations we're going to encounter are best performed using a statistical software package, and most of these packages are terribly expensive. Statcrunch is considerably inexpensive. It's also web-based, which means there's nothing to install on your computer, and you can access it anywhere that you can connect up to the internet. Now, if you're enrolled in a college statistics course that uses My Math Lab or My Stat Lab, then you already have access to Statcrunch. But you don't need to be a college student to use Statcrunch. Anyone can purchase access to Statcrunch for, last time I checked, it was only $25 a year. So this is a great investment if you're not a student, but you're serious about learning statistics. So you can sign up by going to statcrunch.com. Now that said, Excel from Microsoft can be fitted with a plugin that allows you to perform many of the same statistical procedures in Excel. And some statistical procedures don't even need the plugin. Okay, we're going to see that in this course. So generally my experience using statistics in the real world suggests it's better to use a dedicated software package. And so I recommend that every student in this course obtain access to Statcrunch. However, that said, because of the way Statcrunch was designed, there are a few instances in which Excel performs the needed calculations more efficiently. Additionally, there's some professionals working in the real world who may use spreadsheets so extensively, it's easier for them to integrate their knowledge of statistics into their work by using Excel. And for that reason, we'll be examining how to perform statistical calculations in both Statcrunch and Excel. You can try both out and decide which of them is going to be easier for you to use. The final recommendation for this course is to obtain a dedicated scientific calculator. Now, many people these days, they just use a calculator app on their phone. Well, because most of the standard calculator apps don't have all the functionality you're going to need for this course, I recommend purchasing a separate calculator to use. Hey, my fat fingers, I'm trying to do it on my phone. I struggle sometimes with the buttons on that hand. You know, the hand calculator that's separate from the phone. I just find it easier to use. So there's plenty of models on the market that are going to suffice, but here's what I recommend. The Texas Instruments TI-30XA. Now, first of all, I have to give a disclaimer. I'm not getting any kickback or other compensation from Texas Instruments because I'm recommending this calculator, okay? I'm recommending this calculator simply because of its virtues, okay? It has all the functionality you're going to need for this course. It costs around $8 US. It's inexpensive, okay? So, and you know, you can get this pretty much everywhere. So you can get it online or at your favorite box store. And if that wasn't enough, this calculator also has a really gentle learning curve. So it's very user-friendly. You don't have to learn how to, you know, program it in to get your calculation out. You don't have to learn some new way of entering in the information. It doesn't have added complexity. It's pretty simple, straightforward, and easy to use. In fact, this is the calculator that I personally use. So when I was in college, I had one of those hefty grafting calculators. I'm sure you've seen them, the little boxes. And when I engaged my real-world career as an engineer, I found most of the functionality in the graphing calculator was already programmed into a computer. So I did find an occasional need for simple calculations, but you know, I could perform those more efficiently on a small hand calculator like what you see here, rather than the awkward box with many of the little buttons that many graphing calculators are. That's why I ditched my box and got the calculator that you see here. It has served me well. If you obtain one of these during this course, it's going to serve you well also. Now, Excel, again, offers an alternative. So if you want to use Excel to perform calculations, we're going to look at how to do just that. The hand calculator is often more efficient where it can be used, and so I recommend going that route. But, you know, if you really want to do everything in Excel, that's possible. I mean, you could do that. And that brings us to the end of this mini lecture. You can find more mini lectures for this and other courses at aspiremountainacademy.com. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.